Hey there, my name is Mitch. Today we're playing Sherman Leader by DVG. Sort of a casual play. This is not going to be a tutorial, just going to do a casual run through of this. So today we're doing Sherman Leader, and I have to battle. Today we have 3 tanks. We have a M3. We have an anti-tank team, another anti-tank team, an expert rifle team, and an ATG. So the problem that we're going to have today is that we're fighting both these units here, which are the Fast Assault and the Fast Scout Force. Both these are assault teams, and in total they have 10 tanks, which is a lot. So I only have 8 units, and I'm fighting 10 tanks plus 2 rifles, 2 anti-tank, and 2 trucks. So there's going to be a ton of people to try to kill. So I think we're up to the challenge. We have all of our stuff ready, and I have upgraded all of my commanders to a minimum of green. For example, Blair here, he has +1 for 1+ distance, and all of my commanders have that +1, and I think that's going to turn the tide for us, as well as we have this nice placement over here of 1 hex forward. So I think one of the biggest issues we're going to have is we have this open area between us and them. So for tactical move, roll a 4. And that is advance to cover, adjacent cover, and hold. So I know all the tanks are going to come forward and try to get in the cover where I am at, because a lot of them, I see at least 2 of them are out in the open, so with no cover. So that's going to cause them to advance to cover. So for dice today, we're using this app, and you just click it, and it will roll. So the meaning of these things is, this one is primary attack, it's bright green. Secondary attack, it's not bright green. Primary defense, bright red. And secondary defense. So let's say I need an 8 to hit. That is a 3 for primary attack, and that is a 6 for secondary attack. It did not hit. So if that was a defense, this would be primary defense. If I only needed 1 die, if I needed 2 die, I would use both of these. So it's a nice little app on the iOS, and that's what we'll be using for dice. So let us go ahead and get started. So the enemy goes first. Now, let's see, truck falls under the hold category in the tactical move, so they're going to be staying put and not doing anything. They have a distance of 1. So they're not going to be shooting either. A tank has a move forward to cover. So he's going to move forward towards us. And he gets a -1 for moving and firing. He gets another -1, so that's -2 to fire. I say he's going to go for it anyway. I mean, if I'm driving it, I'd want to fire, right? All right, so let's go ahead and roll. So he needs a 3 to hit my tank. We have a bunch of tanks in here. We have 3. He needs a 3. He gets a 0. Now my defense is a 2, and I'm already in here, and that tank 40, what he's shooting at, has a defense of 2 plus high cover. That was a defense of 4. So my 2 roll blocks his attack, and so he is now spent. All right, so next is going to be this ACAR. ACAR has a distance of 3, 1, 2. He's going to make it. So the ACAR will be shooting at number 1. He's going to be shooting at 40 as well. So the ACAR does shoot at 40. He has 5 or better. Let's roll. 5 or better to hit, -1, and then he rolled a 2, so he missed. So that is a miss. So now we're doing the Panzer. Panzer has a distance of 2, 1, 2. He's good. Panzer's going to roll a 4. He needs a 4 to hit. However, it's going to be -1 because of the distance, so he does not hit. Next up will be the Stug. He rolls a 1. He does not hit. He is expended as well. Anti-tank teams are out in the open. Anti-tank teams fall under tank mortar gun, anti-tank gun, hold. So they're going to hold even though they're out in the open. So that anti-tank team is holding. This anti-tank team is going to hold as well. This tank has an order to move up to cover. He's going to be right here beside us, and he's going for an attack. So he rolls an 8 and a 6. So he needs a 5, and that 8 and the 6, so he gets in. I roll a 2 and a 6. The 2 blocks as a natural block. And let's see, he's going to go after he's going to go after this one. He's going to go after 101. 101's defense is a 1 plus 2 for the high cover. That's a 3. So this 5 is going to actually get through on that. So he gets through on 1. Let's see what damage he did. What damage did he do? So it's a damage to the gun. Let's look at the gun damage. It cannot attack at range 2 or 3. Alright. So the gun damage goes on there. 101. Alright. Let's reset our dice. And he is now spent. He gets -1 from moving as well. He still got through. So this ACAR needs a 7. He has a distance of 2. He can do that. He's going to go ahead and attack. 1, 2, 3. That Panzer can attack as well. He gets a 1 and an 8. So the 8 gets through, rolls 7 the defense. So he also hits. And he was aiming for 140. He was aiming for my M4 Sherman, and an M4 Sherman takes the damage of an MG. Machine gun cannot attack at range 0. It's going to go on my M4 Sherman. Reset the dice. Alright, so he is spent. This Panzer, I believe, 1, 2, 3. So this Panzer in the back there, he can attack. He has a distance of 1, 2, 3. So he can successfully attack. So let's have him attack. Give him a roll. He has a 6 and a 3. So this Panzer has a base attack of 3, -1, 2 for the distance. Now he needs a 5 to hit. He gets a 6 and a 3, so that is 1 hit. And I successfully block that 1 hit. The truck is spent because he can't do anything. This one has a distance of 3. And the Panzer has an order to move for cover, but they're both in light cover. So a move of advance to cover, they're not going to advance if they're already in cover. So he has a 5. He rolled a 5 and a 6. He's going to go -1, 2 from the distance, and he is not going to be successful. So these guys over here are blocked because we have cover in between there and here. So all of these guys will be expended, and any infantry has a hold order, even though they are out in the open. All right, so that is the enemy's turn. Now it is my turn. All right, we have so many cool units. This is going to be cool. All right, let's move everything forward so we can sort of see it. All right, so we have, let's see, we have 9/11 anti-tank team, rifle team, and then tank, and then a truck, and then this anti-tank gun here. So let's get these guys that are out in the open, these people that moved. We're going to focus him, going to shoot with him. So his base attack to hit tank is going to be a 6. And we got a +1 for the commander, so that's going to be a 5. So that is 1 hit. Now he has a defense of 2, but I roll a 3, so he is going to get hit. So that is going to completely destroy him. Alright, and he is expended and used. Alright, so let's get this other guy who got out into the open. I want to shoot him with an anti-tank. Anti-tank only needs a 6. No, I could do with the 90. Yeah, but I want the 90 to move. I really want him to move up. We'll go ahead and shoot with the 90. The 90 just needs a 4, a base 4 to attack. He gets -1 for the distance. And so that is going to be, needs a 5 then to attack. We got a +1, so we're back for the armor commander. So it's back down to a 4 greater. So we rolled a 6 and a 1. So that 6 is going to get through. He has a base defense of 3. We rolled a 4, so we indeed hit him and destroyed him. Cool. 2 units down, and that used up my 90. Alright, it's looking really good for us so far. Okay, now I want to get these infantry in the distance. I can't shoot this because, as you can read, you need to be 1 or 0, so you need to be right up on that thing in order to hit it, and I am not. So that's protecting them, and that's protecting them. I'm going to have to move up my stuff from here to here in order just to shoot these guys, but what we'll do is we'll do that in just a minute. I want to finish picking off these guys that are out in the open, and that's going to really make my day, because it'll knock out a lot of these pesky people. Okay, so let's do this anti-tank group. What can hit infantry the best? My rifle team, 1002. These guys can hit infantry really nice. So I'm going to shoot at them. That's -1 because of the distance. So this space in between gives you a -1. So we're going to go for it. Now we're going to need a 4 or better. Commander gives us +1. We're going to need a 3 or better, and we rolled a 3 and a 7. And for their defense, they rolled a 3. So this anti-tank gun is now going to be deceased. And that used up our 1002. So we're doing great so far. Used up 1002. I'm just going to move these to the back. Used up the 90, used up the 1002. So we still have all of these units available to do something with. Whee! Okay. Used up him. I'll move him to the back as well. Okay, so now what I want to do? Hit the other anti-tank team. These guys, we just need to nail them. We had some really good luck with our infantry. The rifle team is used up. I need an 8 or above to hit infantry with these anti-tank teams. They're not designed for infantry. They're more for tanks. So what I can do is I can use the 40. The 40 is going to need a 6. So we're going to declare an attack with him. It's going to be -1 on there. So I get a +1, now I need a 5. We got a 1 distance, now I need a 6 again. So I rolled a 6 and a 5, but a defense of 2. So he's successfully defended, and that used up my 40. Okay, I'm just going to redo it with a 41 then. Basically the same exact thing with a 41. So now I got a 7. That's going to be above the 6. He rolled a 6 for defense. That's not going to work for him, and that wipes him out. All right, cool. So we got quite a few dead already, and that used up both the 40 and the 41. Let's move those back. So now we still have 3 good units to do something with. We're going to have to go long distance on this to hit anything, I think. Because if I want to, I can't hit them, they're in cover. Can't hit them, they're in cover. I can hit the truck over here. So let's aim for this truck. Oh, what am I going to need? That truck is considered a infantry unit. Okay, it's not considered an armored unit. So we're going to declare infantry unit. We're going to declare the 101. 101 only needs a 6. And he has a range of 3. So let's go for that. Alright. So he rolled a 10 with a defense of 5, 10 and a 2. So going to need a 6 plus 1's 5. Going to need a 5, 6, 7 to hit him. We rolled a 10. That's a hit guaranteed. A 5 is going to be insufficient for his defense, and he is destroyed as well. Alright, so we're doing pretty good. I like this so far. Distance of 3. We don't really have the distance. The only thing, so that was the 101 used up. So these guys don't have any distance at all. So their range is just 1. They're not going to be able to do anything. What I can do is move them out and move them toward my final goal, which is going to be moving up here. So we're going to get the 912 and 911. We're going to just turn them and activate them. Let's get these other units off the board. Clear off the board a little bit from all the carnage that we have. Okay, and we're doing good. So the final goal is going to be to get these 2 guys up here into this cover. They'll take out, well, next round they'll shoot and take out him. And then the round after that, they'll move in there to the cover. That's the idea so far. So that's looking good for a round 1. All right, so let's untap everybody. All the enemies, let's untap them. All right, cool. So tactical move. We rolled a 3, and that leaves us again in the same situation of advance to cover, adjacent cover, and hold. Now all the enemy units that are tanks are in cover except for these. And then these are in cover, that's in cover. So the only movement that they'll be doing this turn is going to be this one here and this one here. So these are going to stay put. They're already in cover. Now our situation is we have machine gun damage to tank 40, the Sherman. And we also have gun damage to our M3. So that's the only hits and damage that we've taken this round. We've been extremely fortunate. So overall, I think we're looking pretty good considering. And let's reset the dice rolls. And I think we're good to go. So turn 2. We have turn 2 of 6. We're going to do enemy actions. First enemy action that I want to do is to get these tanks up here into cover. So I think they're going to move into cover because it does say advance to cover. So both of these vehicles are going to move into cover. I think we're good on those. Rifle team is staying put as per orders. I do think they're going to take a pot shot at us. We are over here. That is a -1 modifier to hit us. But I think they're going to do it anyway because that's just what they would do. All right, let's roll. Let's start off with this particular one here. he's going to shoot. And he has a distance of 3. He needs a 5 or better to hit a tank. And we have our vehicle. We have 4 vehicles to choose from. So let's roll and see where they're going to choose. They're going to go for the last one, which is going to be our 90. The 90 over here. So they're going to go for 90. Let's see. This one is going to go for 90. He needs a 5 to hit. Let's roll. Got a 4 and a 4. Nice. So he misses and he is spent. Let's go for the next one. It looks like he only has a distance of 2. 1, 2. He's not going to make it. Let's see. Distance of 2. Needs a 7 or a 5. He's going to go for a 5. He's going to go for infantry, which is 1002. So he needs a 5 to hit the infantry. He rolled an 8 and a 6. That is a hit. I rolled a 3 for defense. Now, 1002 has the best defense of any of them. His defense is 4, plus he's in high cover, heavy cover. That is going to be a 6 defense. And this 3 that I rolled is way under that. So we are going to be good for that. All right, now let's go for the Panzer. The Panzer is going to target. It's going to target the first one, which is the 40. So the Panzer is going after this guy, my 40. And the Panzer rolled a 3 and a 7. All right, so the Panzer at a base needs a 4, -1 for the distance, now needs a 5 or better to hit. So he got 1 hit in. My defense was a 3. That covers me. The Panzer is spent. He had a 2. This guy has a range of 1. This guy has a range of 3. So this tank is going to go for it. Who is he going for? Going for a vehicle. It's going for a 5, 2, 4, which is going to be this one, my 101. My 101 M3. All right, let's roll. He needs a 3 or better to hit, -1 here. He rolls a 2 and a 3. That is a waste of his time. All right, these guys have a distance of 1. And a hold order. They're spent. Distance of 1 and a hold order. He is spent. So let's look over here. We have quite a bit of people that are going to be firing. He wants to shoot at infantry. The 1002, the one that has a base defense of 4. He only has a range of 2. 1, 2. So 1, 2. He's going for 1002. 1002 has a base of 4 plus 2 for the heavy cover. So he needs a 6, or no, a 7 or better to hit me. He rolled a 1 and a 7, so he barely got in, but I rolled a 4 and a 1 for defense, so blocked him, and he's spent and used up. All right, cool. Let's see. Well, actually, he would have attacked these. Let's re-roll. He would have attacked these. I don't know what I'm doing. Still, he would have attacked those. 4 and a 1. 9, 11, and 9, 12. Base defense. They still would have missed anyway. So we're good. Cool. Reset this. He has a distance of 3. So let's assume that he's going after my group here. So he has a distance of 3. So that means that he's going to go 1, and then he's going to hit, let's say, 9, 11. No, he's going to hit 9, 12 here. He's going to shoot for that. So the Panzer needs a 4 or better to hit. 9, 12. He's got -1. Now he needs a 5 or better to hit. Rolls a 9 and a 7, so he does hit 9, 12. No, they rolled a 1 and a 7. So the 7 does hit. I rolled a 9 for defense, so he does hit 9, 12. Let's see what kind of damage. It's going to be some heavy damage. It's going to hurt, isn't it? All right, here we go. We got a Commander Wounded. Commander Wounded. 1 SO to heal. Cannot enter battle. If he gets 2, Commander is killed. So Commander Wounded on 912. So let's put him over here for 912. And that tank is spent. The truck cannot reach. He is spent. And finally, let's do the ACAR. Has a 5. 1, 2. The book says that they go for the cheapest option. And the cheapest option for him is going to be the armored unit of 5 with a distance of 3. So, yeah, they would not have gone for these guys anyway. They would have gone for armored unit. So he's going for an armored unit. He has a huge distance to cover. 1, 2, 3. Let's see which tank he's going for. He's going for the 5. So he's going for 41. So his target is 41. Let's see what he does. He rolls a 7 and a 7. Needs a 5 to hit. 6, 7 to hit. Wow, he barely made that. All right. So I rolled a 3 and a 0. So he hit. All right, 41. 41 doesn't have any damage right now. So the damage for 41 is going to be a gun. And again, a gun cannot attack at range 2 or 3. So that affects 41 and 101. Are both going to have to get up there pretty close, which doesn't really matter because I can't hit into these areas anyway from a 2. So not hitting from a 2 or 3 is fine. I'm going to have to move here anyway, and then I can hit. So that's the end of that. All right, so that is the end of... He can't do anything. That is the end of enemy activation. Let's reset our goodies. And start shooting. First thing I want to do is I want to take out this guy here. He has a defense of 2. And 911 and 912. What was 912's damage? Commander Wounded. Who cares? Okay, let's reset our dice. So 911 is going to attack this ACAR right here. So here we go. So 911 for an armored unit needs a 6. He's got +1. Now he needs a 5. So he's shooting into there. He needs a 5 to hit. We rolled an 8 and a 9. Defense, he rolled a 0 and a 7. That is a nuclear blowout. And he is now dead. And 912, the one with the Commander Wounded, is now spent. So I'm going to use this opportunity. I really can't do anything to this guy. I'm going to use this opportunity to just move him into this space. So that's going to be his movement for the round. All right, and then he is spent because he moved, because he has a nice spot now. Really nice spot. Speed of 1, speed of 1. Even all the tanks have a speed of 1. This is terrible. Okay, well, they have a -1 to hit when they move, but they can move. So we're going to move 101, we're going to move 40, we're going to move 41, and 90. So we're going to do all of these guys and then take the disadvantaged hit on shooting. 1572 over here, he cannot attack and move. So we're going to get him and just move him here, which is going to be out in the open, but who cares? And that's going to be his spent. And next round he'll shoot forward and hit these other tanks. All right, so let's do the shoot and move over here. we're going to be at a disadvantage. Let's start with the smallest number. Let's reorg here. Get a 40, 41, a 90, and a 101. Let's go for the 40 first. 40 is -1 attacking when moving, but he has a +2, so he still has a +1. So his target is going to be the one with the most damage. Let's see. His target is going to be this guy. No, because that's a 3. And he has a distance. Yeah, his target is going to be this guy. All right, so we roll. We got a 10 and a 2, so that is definitely a hit. However, he rolled a 2 for defense, so 40 is now spent. So now we got a 41. 41 has a +1. He has a -1 attack, so it's the base attack of 6. So we got a 9, and he got a 4. So that's +1 here and 3. Oh, are you serious? All right, so now it's the 90's turn. 90 has a +1, -1 for attacking when moving. He needs a base roll of 4 to attack, and he got a 6. Defense was a 6, and this guy is toast. And that uses up the 90. So now the 101 gets a -2. Ugh. +1, it's a -1. He's going to shoot at this guy. He got a 6 and an 8. So he did get through. So they rolled, let's see, a 2 and a 5, a 6 and an 8. Which one got through? He needed, 101 needed a 6 +1 -2. He needs a 7. So only one got through. Is the 5 going to be enough to block? He's got a 3 defense, +1 defense for that. No. So he is nuked, and 101 is now spent. So we did good. We got 2 nukes, and we got very few units left. However, they're going to have a nice shot at me on the next turn. So that is the end of my turn, except for this 1002. So 1002 is going to move up here, along with all these tanks, and we're going to spend him. And that is going to be the end of round 2. So they rolled a 9. Wow, that's going to be aggressive. Tactical move is a 9. That's going to be super aggressive for them. We move the tactical move from a 4 to a 9. It's going to be advance, advance, advance if cannot attack. That's going to be an all-out war. Round 3, I'm looking forward to it. This is going to literally be an all-out war. They're going to come after me with everything in round 3.